JJ is short Tesla.
I'm short it through options, and John and Pete talk about options all the time. This is a perfect type of stock to use it in if you're going to go long or short, because it's a high-priced stock. With that, Phil talked about the reason that I just have a tough time with this one, and that is they talked about 5,000 per week. They were at 800 per week at the end of 2017, and it just seems like every time they get momentum, bad news comes out. They're laying off employees. The CEO makes a text that's questionable. Every time they get momentum, something draws them back. And at some point, they have to be measured.
What's the time frame of your trade?
It's only about a month and a half. So,
a month and a half,
yeah.
okay. And you see the stock going down to what?
I see the stock, could go all the way back down to 320. There's possible.
I'm going to tell you a couple of quick reasons to love Tesla, even if you have no position, even if you're bearish on what happens with the stock from here. It just makes so many people look so foolish. First of all, only one profitable quarter ever since coming public, and that's from selling carbon credits. Believe me, it's not from selling cars profitably. Doesn't matter. Stock's gone from $2 billion to $60 billion. It also is not in the S&P. So this argument that the only stocks that go up are in the index, false. And then an even bigger picture than that, and most importantly, this is really a stock that came public expensive. So it was never, people say, oh, it's a bubble. Well, they were saying bubble when it IPO'd in 2010 almost every day, especially given that first day's performance. So a lot of things get thrown out the window with a stock like this, and I just delight in all of it.
Well, I'll tell you one thing about it. It's why I'm glad you asked me the time frame, because I don't think I would be a long-term necessarily, but I do think this is a type of stock that the momentum fades quickly down to a certain level, often between the 320, 300 area. Then they build momentum again. So if you're trading this, do not.
We've seen that so many times.
Right. I don't see it as a longer-term trade. So I just want to be clear on that.
Did you call JJ foolish?
No.
Oh.
How?
Okay, you said everybody's foolish.
He's like the smartest guy.
I know. That's what I was wondering.
Because stock, now you called me smart.
No. I'm saying that a lot of narratives about stocks get destroyed by Tesla because of how unique it is.
Yeah.
I don't know where you got the JJ diss from. I swear.
So notwithstanding your well-made point that a lot of narratives get blown up, I'm going to give you one narrative we haven't mentioned, which is that competition in the electric vehicle space has exploded. So obviously Tesla had the first mover advantage. They had the sex appeal of the various models that came out. But there are cars that are selling like hotcakes out there. Nissan, GM, Audi, it goes across the board. BMW. Everybody's got an electric vehicle.
The bulls would say to you, that's been an ongoing threat forever. And B, wasn't that the bear case on Tesla for about 38,000% now?
So yes, but let me just make the point that if we're talking about if this stock ever gets valued on profits, I mean, it will never have profits on which to get valued at the rate the competition is creeping up. You're saying, I think, it will never get valued on profits.
Tesla Energy, the solar stuff, what if they decide, you know what, it's really a venture capital firm with one of the most visionary investors ever running it, and it's not an auto manufacturer. They just happen to have a car business.
Maybe if he invests...
You're waiting for GM multiples, that you might be in trouble if that's what they turn this story into. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, I mean, I understand what you're saying. That's pretty conjectural. I will stick with the facts on the ground, which is that they make 1/100th the number of cars that GM's makes. They have no profitability in sight.
I think the bottom line is that if you want to stick with the facts on the ground, you're never going to be an investor in Tesla.
It's a recitation.
I mean, that's just the fact of the matter.
But
that's just fact of the matter.
Citing things that are obviously understood by the world.
All right.
And if you want to invest, I'm not saying you are, but if you want to invest in fantasy, if you want to invest in fantasy, TSLA. Go ahead.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.